My name is Antonio Huerta and I am a charro. If you're to ask me, do you see it as a sport, do you see it as something else? I would probably define it as a tradition in that there's a lot of history behind it, in creating spaces and opportunities where we can be ourselves, practice our own traditions, and kind of celebrate who we are as a community. Charreria is known as the national sport of Mexico. It includes horsemanship, roping, and cattle work. We are more focused on the roping part. I grew up in a rural village in Mexico, so I did some basic roping and riding. I always really admire how charreria brought everybody together to witness the skillful roping, the horsemanship, the cattle work, and I was always really intrigued, especially with the roping. I moved to the US when I was 20. It took a few years to find a community of charros in San Diego, from whom I took some more formal training. Charreria historically has been passed down from generation to generation within the family, and then it is practiced in the community or at events. It really all starts within the family, and there's something to be said around sort of this idea. Wouldn't it be great if our children continue practicing, one, to keep it alive, but two, there's really a very strong sense of belonging, a sense of pride, even beyond your time, that this tradition will remain alive and it'll remain present within the family.
My name is Miguel Ruez and my traditional art form is Flor de Soga. Flor de Soga is an event occurred in Charreria. I grew up in Corvallis, Oregon. My dad's always liked horses. I got taught this tradition as I was really young.
A person can really learn to be a charro by doing it.
It's a lot more of a skill that you have to develop through your head, through your hand, and like sync them so that you know where do you want to direct the rope and how is the form of the wrist moving as long as the rope is moving as well.
It does take a lot of practice, and it does take quite a bit of patience, because sometimes we want to see results soon. We really need to build up some patience so that we can learn and learn it well.
I'm only 19 years old, and I like to show people my age that they should open up and learn their family's traditions. Me and my family do a yearly trip to Mexico. So when I get there, I can actually have like a thing to talk about with like cousins, uncles and stuff.
It is really part of who we are as a community. It is a way of honoring the work and all of the sacrifice that some of our ancestors did working the land, many generations or centuries back in Mexico. Comunidad y Herencia Cultural is a non-profit organization committed to serving our Latino community through cultural, artistic, and educational activities and programs, presentations around music and dance. So it can be a mariachi music presentation, it can be a folkloric ballet presentation. We also partner with teachers to offer workshops. I'm absolutely thrilled and grateful to have the opportunity to work with them and share a little bit about what I know. But I think in the end, I am the one who is learning from them more all the time.
My parents are real proud of this mentorship because I'm actually taking into account their traditions and where I came from.
I think culture is such a strong, or is such an important part of our own identities. We owe it to ourselves to learn and practice and share about those. but more importantly, we owe it to the younger generations in creating spaces where they see themselves represented in language and culture, do what we can to acknowledge and celebrate who they are and what they bring to our communities.